So guys, hello and welcome to this new video on my channel. My name is Seyshi and today I'm going to show you the best passives for every position in Inazuma 11 Victory Road. We are going to talk about the new passive system and which passives are the best for which position. Also, I'm going to include how I did equip all of my characters in terms of the ABILTYS board, so which special abilities they are using, which cash-ins they are using, which hyper moves. If you like content like that, don't forget to leave a follow, leave a like, and now if I'm watching this video. Okay, and as you can just see, we have two teams equipped for you all, and I'm going to explain everything for you right now, what's important for the passives and the special abilities. Okay, for this video I need to put my face cam on a little bit different position, but never mind, because we need the left side of this video. But that's not topic, obviously. We are instantly going to start with the passives of our goalkeeper. But the equipment we are going to do a separated video, because I still did not finish the RS route, because there you still get some better equipment, so I can show you the best equipment all in all for the characters. I'm also going to include beans about that, and to don't miss any of that, don't forget to leave a follow. But now let's just start with our goalkeeper passives. How you can see, I actually have a Nishikage on these passives, and as you can see, he's just got 3 times the same passive and 2 times the same team passive. The best passives for your goalkeepers are literally just 2 times the same team passive. The team passive you are running, the best is obviously Justice, and then you need to reroll him until he got at least 2 perfect passives. This is really not taking like that long, maximum 5 minutes per player if you have some spirits, if you just can reroll for them. So it's very simple to reroll for the passives these days, and that's already it for the goalkeeper passives. And now we are instantly jumping into the ABILTYS board, because as you can see, we have 1 time Mighty Save, 1 time God Catch, and 1 time Keeper's Grid. Why do we exactly have it like that? Because Mighty Save is really saving your ass sometimes when the enemy is thinking like, okay, bro got no goalie KP anymore, and he doesn't expect the Mighty Save honestly, or just to all in all increase your goalie KP a little bit. Mighty Save can really carry your ass if you don't have that much tension anymore, and that's very good. And then we have God Catch, L4, 4 times equipped in the ABILTYS board, very important. Why? Because the 100 tension abilities are just giving you the most goalie KP boost, and Nishikage's, as you all know, a forest goalkeeper. And I gave him an earth ability because obviously when the enemy is firing off a shot with the fire element, we can just counter it because it's effective against our Nishikage, against our forest goalkeeper. Then we just have the earth element to counter it, and the element is just reducing the damage a little bit, just for you to let you know. And then Keeper's Grid is a must have. If you have a totem or a cash-in on your goalkeeper, remove it and give him Keeper's Grid. Same as you can just see on my Genda and on my Ibuki. As you can see after the update now, this is even a rough Genda, and I just was able to give him 2 team and attack and defense passives, because yeah, it's just the heritage passives update, okay? That's with the goalkeepers. We are instantly jumping onto my 2 main defenders. As you can see, here I just have 1 time on your half of the pitch, own focus attack and defense plus 7%, the best you can get. 2 times the Justice passive, so just reroll it until you get it perfect. Then we have when outside the zone, team focus attack and defense up, and this 2 times. So you always have this 2% focus attack and defense boost. What's very important, because you want to gain every person in terms of focus attack and defense, because you want to win them obviously. If you have this 2 times equipped on your defenders, it's because as you can see, here we have it 2 times on your half of the pitch, and here 2 times out of sight of the zone. This is not really making that big difference, but it's just important, so you always gain these 4% from these 2 defenders, because they are always outside the zone and on your half of the pitch. You just take the 4% team focus attack and defense boost. As you can see, I just did the same right here on these characters. This is even the same Nishikage, bro. Now, as you can also see, here we have a Maya, and here we have a Tatsumi Michinari on my right and left defender position, even if these 2 are midfielders. Because this got a reason. How you can see, we have equipped 3 times on your half of the pitch, own focus attack and defense up. Very important. So they are always like staying in your own half and always giving themselves a 21% focus attack and defense boost. So that's the most important part. ABILTYS board for my defenders, bro. As you can just see, we got the wall 1 time. That got the reason I'm telling you in an instant. Then we have Jungle Jam, the only 100 tension shot block ability, if I'm not wrong. A counter shot. As you can see, we did build up our defenders on technique as well, because otherwise the counter shots wouldn't work. And when you fire off counter shots with them on rank, on level 50 cap, it's always like a 2300, 400, 500 shot, and this is very amazing. On these 2, you always want your Ironclad Guardian equipped, because Ironclad Guardian is just boosting all of your defensive stats. Then I have a 100 tension dribbling ability on them, and you ask now why so many 100 tension abilities. The problem on the defenders is when the enemies are using a defensive ability like rolling steel, they think they get through, okay? But when they don't expect you to have a 100 tension dribbling ability on your defender, because most people just have L4 power evolution block ability on their defender, you can actually just get through there. That's very, very important, and that's the reason why I have 100 tension dribbling ability on these two defenders. Because a 40 tension ability against their strikers would actually never get through, so for me it's very, very important that we have a 100 tension ability in terms of dribbling right here on these two. But also when you run defenders right here, also give them on your half of the pitch, okay? Own focus, attack and defense up. That's just the best thing that you can do for them. Then I just have rolling steel, nutmeg, the wall, zero magnum, also the counter shot and build up on technique, and also a dribbling ability equipped on them, and ironclad guardian on him as well. And yeah, now you think like, why is bro having the wall so often equipped? The reason is pretty simple, because for the overburst moves, when you are really in a hard situation, you always get the ball back with wall for one, and the wall is a very good ability all in all if you use it by itself. But when you can just use the overburst move, wall for one right now, it's expensive, but you always get the ball back with this move. So that's why I have on these four my the wall equipped. Very good. Okay, then we have Heta Kisuchi right here, because in my opinion, I already told you in the lot videos that he's very cool. Now we are coming to something where I'm also going to show you something, how I am doing that. First of all, let's start with Nishiki. I can't show you the passives of Powai right now, because when we go on Nishiki right now, you can see on the opposition's half of the pitch, one time, because you are mostly, these are my offensive midfielders, okay? There you are mostly in the opposition's half, but when you are not, you have when outside the zone equipped 2 times. I always have tension drain equipped on them. Why? Because tension drain on these characters right here is working very good, because you can actually just get into focus battles with the characters from the enemy that don't have much focus attack, like their defenders or something like that. And they got like no other choice but just popping off the pass and the out, and you drain their tension away. So this is one of the best things that you can just do on these two positions. Now we are coming to my Powai, because as you can see, I want to equip her as well like my Nishiki, but we can't right now. Why? Because there is still something remaining, because I did that because I want to show you the heritage passives. Okay, and as you can see, here we have some characters where you can just equip the abilities for the people that don't understand it. And now we can just choose the abilities we want from the characters. Now I just found the passive that I want for my Powai, and now I can just swap it out, as you can see, without big problems. And the passive did change to when outside the zone, own focus, attack and defense up. I'm just doing that a second time right now with the other passive, and now as you can see, the character passives are already the same. But I just still want my 2-person focus attack and defense on my Powai, so we just can do that as well now. As you can see, we just found it in an instant, and then we can just give it to our Powai at this point. And that's how our Powai is very fast, and under 1 minute perfectly equipped in terms of tension. How I said, you just need to reroll a little bit. It's taking you like maximum 5 minutes with the return to title and everything. And on these characters I have chip shot, nutmeg, rolling steel, so the normal ABILTYS board with the normal skills, okay, because they are still very broken on my offensive midfielders. I also have them here. And here, just not curve shot, because they are never gonna come to the point where they need to use curve shot, Meiya and Michinari. But on Powai and Nishiki, I got a very good reason for that. Because when we are with our Hiruto, as an example, in the front, and our Tenma and Guenji is blocked by the enemy defenders, they are always moving in the front as well most of the time. And when you think like, okay, I don't have opportunity to shoot, you can just pass to them and fire off a chip shot, or otherwise maybe even a short chain, and you can just fire off a chip shot. Why I have chip shot, not curve shot? Because they are mostly a little bit more away from the penalty area, so the curve is just going way more high and they have no option to block the shot anymore, okay? On my strikers, as an example, as you can already see, I prefer curve shot a little bit more, because yeah, it's just a little bit more valuable there in the front. But chip shot on them I really appreciate more. But yeah, as you can see, chip shot on your offensive midfielders is just a better option, and on your strikers I can only recommend you to go on curve shot. We have a counter shot equipped on them as well. The reason for that is when the enemy is firing off a long shot, then you can just use the counter shot, because they are also built up on technique, and yeah, the counter shot can actually just get through, and that's very, very broken. Then just a normal dribbling ability, a totem, and he's having Glenner, because Glenner is just on your half of the pitch, team focus, attack and defense plus 15%. This is really, really much. So when you're not on your half of the pitch, then we are using a Guenji right here. But for the forwards, I'm going to show it to you on this team, because I can explain it a little bit better on them here, okay? But as you can see, I just almost have these two characters equipped the same. Now we are coming to our strikers, and it's a little bit similar to our midfielders, but all in all, as you can see, we just have curve shot, how I said, how I did already explain on these two strikers is a little bit more valuable in my opinion, and chip shot on these three right here, okay? That's why I have curve shot equipped on these two. Then we have rolling steel. A defensive ability is a must-have on your strikers. Why? Because how I said, I explained it to you on Nishiki already. When you're in a focus battle with the enemy's defender, you're like always getting the ball back when the enemy is not having a 100 tension defensive ability. That's very, very important. Nutmeg is as well mostly getting through the enemy midfielders or defenders, like 60 to 90% always getting through with Nutmeg. So Nutmeg is very, very strong. And now I have Bicycle Slash equipped, Excalibur and Burning Overdrive. Why do I have it like that? Because Burning Overdrive is just boosting your striker stats in the unlimited, like 30% shot, 30% attack. And that's just making a huge difference, okay? Then we just have Kira. He's almost equipped the same like my Atsuya. Bicycle Slash and Wyvern Crash instead of another long shot. Why Wyvern Crash? Because my Fubuki right here is having Eternal Blizzard. And as you can see, like that we can also just use an overburst move, and the overburst moves are also very, very broken. The following video about that is coming up as well, but as you can just see, Eternal Blizzard is also very, very good when I fire off a long shot right here with my Kisuchi for a shot chain as an example now. Otherwise you can just, like I did on my Atsuya, equip a long shot with the element that's countering your disadvantages. Now for Atsuya it's wind, because he's a fire striker, earth is countering him, and wind is countering his disadvantages, so earth. For wind it would be fire, so you could just equip a fire long shot on your Fubuki or your wind striker all in all, and on your forest striker this would be an earth long shot like Tiger Drive or something like that. But cheap abilities are way more meta in my opinion when you just have a little bit of team tension on your team. That's why I can only recommend this to you right now. As you also can see, we have even our guy Sosuke equipped the same. He's also just countering his disadvantages. As you all know, wind is countering earth and forest is countering wind. So when the enemy is like I am, always using the counter to his disadvantages, you always have an advantage against the element of the enemy. That's why I can only recommend you to do it like that. My favorite right now with Twister Tornado, I'm trying something new out. So yeah, this could also just be a long shot. But with the counter shot Twister Tornado, I'm just trying out the long shot from here with a very broken shot chain. That's why I have on Nosaka and Faye actually my Twister Tornado equipped, nothing else. But yeah, that's it with the passes. I'm just showing it to you one more time in a speed run. And alright, that should already be it with the video. I made it because yesterday we did rate teams in our Discord, and a lot of people did not know what are the best passives for each players. And just for you to know, passives are really the most important thing in the game, because without passives you can't win any matches. And that were just the best passives for every position and how I would recommend you to equip your team. By the way, the 47% right here are lacking. I need to remove one-time team focus attack for one more justice on here, as you can see. And what you should also always do is equip your characters with custom passes, alright? That's very, very important, because this is also just when you give for players of different elements, always giving your focus attack and defense like 9 to 12% boost when you have them on for different elements. That's just a tip from me. Focus attack and defense on your custom passes if you want to play competitive, okay? But that should already be it. If I was able to help you, I would really appreciate the like and the follow. If you have any other questions, write it down in the comment sections. On this video especially, I'm trying to answer a lot of people. So if you have questions, write it down below. And now see you next time. Your Seyshi. Goodbye.